Welcome, my fellow sports nerds, to the Borderless Sports Pod. I'm Locke.
I'm Tom. If you enjoyed this clip, check out the full length on our YouTube and Spotify.
Links are in the description. Ciao. Conference final weekend.
Wow. Which one do you want to
Can't
start
believe
with?
3 games left of the season, hey?
I know, it's
Unbelievable. We'll start with the first one in order.
crazy.
Eagles,
Which one's the first
Commanders.
one?
Commanders, Eagles.
Yeah, wow. This one's... You've got Eagles that have been... Like I said, I think they've been like the best defensive team left out of the rest, going up against such a hot offensive team, led by a rookie. This will be the first time a rookie makes the Super Bowl, if he wins.
Rookies have made QB Super Bowls before, but the biggest difference is nearly every rookie QB's made a Super Bowl or a conference final has had like a top 3 or top 5 defense.
Yeah.
The thing that makes Daniels different is his defense is like ranked 17th or 18th, which demonstrates that he's not just like a... What's the thing that Charles Barkley likes to use? You're a bus driver rather than a passenger. You're driving the bus.
Yeah,
Daniels is actually driving the bus,
Yeah.
right? For a rookie, that's just, you don't really see that. Like you saw with Purdy, there's a couple others too. They were able to get their team to a Super Bowl, but it was on the back of an excellent defense and a well-schemed offense, whereas Daniels is doing it all offensively with a subpar defense. So, I mean, it's incredible. I don't even think you can refer... I think if you're taking to the account this game that one team has a rookie QB, I think you're missing the point. I think he's not playing like a rookie QB. You need to take him as he is, as if he's like an established 4-year player. He's not getting overawed in these games.
Yeah.
Now, maybe conference final game, it might be, oh my God, like maybe he's just been playing with house money these last 2 games and he's just not caring. But if you watch him, you just realize that he's not getting high. Like in these end of these games, he just is still so mellow. Like he's still not getting too high on low. And I don't think it's going to get to his head at all. I think he's going to be up for this. I think he's going to be just the way he's been these last few weeks, where he just does his thing and just makes the plays when he needs to. They're going to have to be good on 3rd and 4th down again. That's going to be the key. I think Dan Quinn, again, just keep doing what you've been doing. Be aggressive on 4th down. Trust your QB. Make the plays. And if they can do that, if they can control time and possession, not turn the ball over, which Daniels hasn't been doing. But again, if you turn the ball over, as both teams, whoever turns the ball over will probably lose the game. Yeah. So limit your turnovers, convert your 3rd and 4th downs. And we know if the Commanders are going to win this game, they're going to have to score points.
Yep.
Because the Eagles are going to score points.
Yep.
Right? Especially on that poor Commanders defense. So I hesitate to bet against Jayden Daniels because he has cost me serious money over these last 2 weeks. I've been against him both times and he's torn my heart out both times. I'm going to do it again though. I'm on the Eagles, which I'm sure you got some stats that you'll get into, but I think the Commanders' run defense is just so bad. And obviously, as we know, the Eagles' run offense is it's show-stopping right now. So for that reason, I'm going to fade Daniels, go the Eagles minus, and basically trust that Barkley's going to have a mammoth game, and Daniels going to play from behind, and he's finally going to make some mistakes.
Yep. I feel like I can see this game pretty well. Definitely, I'm more confident in my analysis on this game rather than Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah.
And that's because I look at both of these teams, huge for Eagles to have a home divisional game. Massive.
Massive.
Lions bow out, so they obviously get the home field against a divisional opponent that they've seen twice already. So I don't know how many times a team's played 3 times in a year, which is crazy. But at
would have been a few times, to be fair.
Yeah, but
we'll have to be divisional.
Yeah, I mean like this sort of high stakes, like conference championship style.
Yeah, would be definitely rare, but
yeah.
And it probably is. Yeah, do you remember what the results have been between them this year? How they split, or they're
split? So 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, and so I was looking at the past results, and I'm like, okay, so the first time that they came around, Daniels was beat up. That's when he had the rib problem.
Oh, right.
So he
When
was like a
really
shell
running
of
it,
himself. And then the second time they versed, Hurts had the concussion, and he was gone after the first drive.
So this is really going to be the first.
Goddard didn't play either.
That's right. I remember that game. That's still a high-scoring game. That's when they scored like 38-35 or something like that.
Yeah, Daniels went down last drive of the game and got a touchdown to win it.
So really, it's going to be the first proper game.
Yeah, basically like strength against strength.
Just take those games out.
Yeah. So I look at this and basically what you said is exactly how I see it. I'm like, won the turnover battle. Commanders have been so good at it. Eagles have been so good at it. Both of them are going to have to be mistake-free in order to propel their offense, Barkley's going to be the number one performer for them to get that run game going, because the best of the Eagles' offense is their run game. The worst of the Commanders' defense is stopping the run. And then when you flip that, what am I trying to say? I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, so the Commanders, how I said from that Commanders-Lions matchup, the way that they've been able to get their run game going and have these manageable third downs, Eagles have been so good at limiting runs and also not allowing third down conversions and fourth down conversions. So the way that these two teams match up, I feel like it favors the Eagles massively. So I'm also on Eagles with the minus. I think it's like 6.5 now. I got it at 5.5. So yeah, I feel for Commanders to win, mistake-free football, Daniels goes nuclear. For Eagles to win, Barkley goes nuclear, and
Hurts can't turn it over.
Which is basically, so you're looking at both quarterbacks.
Whoever wins a turnover battle, I would say whoever wins a turnover battle probably wins the game.
Yeah.
I think, especially for the Commanders, they can't afford to lose the turnover battle. I think the Eagles probably could lose it, throw an intercept or a fumble here or there. I think they have the ability to come back, but I think the Commanders going to have to be mistake-free, have a high third or fourth down conversion percentage, and high efficiency in the red zone. Get those touchdowns if you get the chance in the Eagles red zone. Should be a good game either way. Jaden Daniels is on a bit of a fairy tale run. Like, how much weight do you want to put on that, where it's just a sense of destiny about the Commanders thing? I don't think anyone really expected them to be here.
No.
Even the most avid Commanders fans, I think, would have said, if you're playing the conference final,
I feel like they're shocked.
Wild. Eagles at home, as you said, is a huge advantage, especially in that Philly. I mean, that place is going to be absolutely rocking. It's going to be
in Commanders, they've lost their right guard, which is where
it's huge.
Jalen Smith. Well, what's the linebacker for Eagles? A real good one, Jalen. I can't remember his last name, but
I'm awful with names, mate.
That's on his side of the football. So like they're going to be able to get after Daniels.
Jalen Carter, he's going to be.
Jalen Carter.
Oh,
that's
defensive end. Yeah.
Defensive end.
He's been lights out these last few weeks, and he is going to be. That's a great point. I forgot about that. I wanted to mention that Jalen Carter is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And I think surely the Eagles are going to be aware that Daniels loves to roll out to the right. So surely they block that edge, let Carter go up the middle. They're probably going to get double teamed, but I think the Eagles have they have another really good defensive lineman who can get some sacks too. So I think, they should be able to pressure Daniels.
Braun or something like that.
But Daniels, he has shown that he's able to deal with pressure, but I think the Eagles, Carter is probably one of the most talented defensive linemen in the whole league.
Yeah.
And they should be able to get to him. They should be able to rush him, get a few sacks, get them in long yardage, third downs, make it so Quinn can't call the fourth down. And if you get Daniels on a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, he's only human, right? So he's not going to be able to convert them like he has been able to convert in these previous games. And then hopefully the Eagles on their side, it is important to see how hurt Hurts is. If he is really hurt that he can't run at all, that is a big change, because then they could actually properly sell out for the run and just say, we are not letting Saquon beat us. Hurts is going to have to throw the ball to win. And with how bad that passing game's been recently, that could be the game plan. And, I wouldn't hate it. But, as you said, the matchups lean heavily in the Eagles' favour. The Eagles' strengths is typically the Commanders' strength, like what they want to do, which should cancel each other out. But the Commanders' deep weakness, which is their run defense, is the Eagles' strength. Yeah. So you would just, based on that simple calculus, you would say that the Eagles should run away with this one and should be actually a probably dominant game. Yeah. But so the Commanders have a touch of destiny. It's a conference final game. The Eagles could be tight. Hurts could be really injured. Sirianni could make some boneheaded calls. Yeah. There are a few things that can change, but just by the numbers, you have to take the Eagles on this one. I think if you take the Commanders, you're more not taking it on faith, but you're taking it on just that sort of dream run, that sort of dream time, what's going on right now.
I feel like if you're taking Commanders plus, you may as well take the money line for Commanders, right?
Yeah, but in saying there is still probably some value. I mean, definitely if you're thinking Commanders plus, you're also taking the money line, for sure. But I think there is some value in the Commanders plus, just because Daniel seems to be. You have to think they'll be fighting till the end. And you saw with the Rams, the Eagles are very prone to taking their foot off the gas late. I think they are definitely prone to getting tight in these games. And especially their coach, they can make some really poor calls, or with Hurts not being able to throw the ball, be stuck in that. Say, for example, if they get the ball with 2 minutes left and Commanders have 3 timeouts and have to just get a first down. I don't think there's a guarantee that they will get a first down because I think the Commanders will just not let Barkley run, force Hurts to make a play, and he might not be able to make it. So, yeah, I don't hate the Commanders plus, but I just think if the game goes to plan, it should be the Eagles dominating, and Barkley should get a few long runs. And
For sure.
I think his over is like 120 something, 130.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
crazy. I think I was comparing the odds to what I got him in the Rams, and I was able to get over that $2 mark for like 125, and you probably can't get that for about 150, a little bit over.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I think I'll still take it. Probably. I think I'll still take it.
Right?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting what the total is as well. I don't know how many people you wanted the over-under on this one.
I think it's 47.5.
It's a tough game to pick the over-under, right? Because are the Commanders going to be able to move the ball offensively? Are the Eagles going to be able to put up points with the run? Like, it could be, I don't know. Could be a weird one. I don't know. I might stay away from the total on this.
Yeah.
Speaking of totals, I didn't really talk about it, but the Ravens-Bills game landed on the 52.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
I was on the 51.5. Unbelievable, right?
Jeez.
It looked like it was going to be under all game too. Just Lamar just put it over at the end. But
in the second half.
Yeah, I feel like I was on the right side of that one. That's just one of those ones where the books just, again, I think so many of their numbers this week, the books just nailed it like 1 points. Like the Ram game, 0.5 point. The Chiefs game, 0.5 point. The what was it? Ravens game, that was pretty close. Like, so many of the games just fell exactly on what the books basically said they would. So the bookies, they take these playoff games seriously. So you got to make sure if you're not going to find much value in these lines. Like their lines are pretty perfectly set. It's really just which way you think is the correct side.
Yeah, for sure.
Next one.
The
big one. AFC. I mean, what a game.
This is the one I wanted. Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah,
at Arrowhead.
Look, I would have hated Chiefs Ravens. That would have just been. I mean, to be fair, either one, it was excellent. For me, it's really the battle. Not really battle of the QBs, to be honest, because Chiefs have so much more than Mahomes right now, right? The Chiefs' defense.
Yeah.
But for Bills, it's really Allen v the Chiefs, really. Yeah. Allen v the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's essentially how I see this one. Josh Allen is going to have another one of an all-timers. He's a great playoff performer, so you know he's going to have a good game, but he's going to have to play like he did in that divisional round loss against the Chiefs that few years ago where he just went just so clutch. Every time they need a third down, boom, he runs for it. Every time they need to make a play, he completes it. No turnovers, which he hasn't been doing, but I don't think he will. His role players are going to have to make plays. They can't get tight. Can't have the drops. Can't have the fumbles from a wide receiver or running back. James Cook's going to have to be solid, just do his part.
It's exactly what I thought he had to do against the Ravens, and he didn't have to be that good, and they still won. Because I felt... I mean, they performed well, but it wasn't what I thought where he had to be like Superman.
No.
He wasn't Superman in that game. And that's why I found it so hard just to read this game. Because both offenses didn't perform the best that I think they could, both Chiefs and Bills. So, yeah, I'm keen to hear what you think because I found it so hard to read.
Yeah, like I see this one going down to the wire, to be honest. Like I think either way, it's going to be a close game. Maybe I don't think the Chiefs' offense is good enough to put a gap in this game. Like I think the Ravens' offense is far better than the Chiefs' offense.
Yeah,
and I think the Chiefs are going to struggle to score 28 plus. Like I think they'll be under that, and I think no matter as long as they score 25 or under, I think the Bills will be able to match them. It effectively comes down to who has the ball last, and I think it's whichever side you bet on, it's sort of up to the gods a little bit in this one with how it plays with timings and like how if Allen gets the ball with a minute left, only needing a field goal, or if Mahomes gets 2 minutes, only needing a touchdown, like how that sort of plays out. I like you've been flip flopping. Historically, you always want to check the Chiefs in this spot. Mahomes, like 3 points or under, or an underdog, you just take him in the playoffs. Because I mean, if you bet on Mahomes in the playoffs, his whole career, you're
100%, right?
You're making he's lost a few, but you're making a lot of money, right? Like he is, especially recently, he just doesn't lose. And obviously, historically, if you take Allen over Mahomes in these spots, you're going to pay the price. But honestly, at the moment, I'm leaning more towards Josh Allen and the Bills. I think I just don't see the Chiefs getting a three-peat. I don't see them. I don't think they're good enough. I think they didn't play well against the Texans. They've only had one playoff game. They burst the weakest playoff opponent, and they struggled to win. Bills, on the other hand, have had to dispatch the Broncos beat probably the best offense left in the AFC in the Ravens, and not beat them well, but played a good, hard game in which they came out strong defensively, had a great mindset. I just think that team is right now has the right demeanor. Like, I think they've got the right sort of aura about them. Like, they're coming out tough. It's sort of us against the world. They're coming out free. Like, they're not playing tight football. They know what they want to do. Their defense is playing hard, aggressive. Like, they matched the Ravens for aggressiveness in that game, which is difficult to do. That's typically the Ravens' mantra, is to come out and just be tougher than you. But the Bills said, nah. And they sort of, that's what you saw early on, they matched them physically. And I think they're going to have to do that against the Chiefs. The Chiefs' defense, of course, is going to be good. Spags is going to be doing blitz, like having some crazy blitz packages to come up against Allen. But Allen is so good at running the ball, at getting out of the pocket and making plays. I'm taking the Bills with, I think it's +2 at the moment. Is it still +2? I'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look, but yeah, I'm taking Allen, and I'm holding my nose because whenever you bet against Mahomes, you're so Bills are 206. I'll also take the Bills, obviously money line. Where's the handicap? They're taking the handicap away. It's 1.5, yeah. So
1.5 still.
I'll honestly just take Bills money line.
Man, I find it so hard to read this game.
That's
like,
it's supposed to be conference final game. It's not supposed to be easy.
Crazy. I expect this just to be an absolute shootout between offenses. To be honest,
Really, you think it's going to be a high scoring?
I think so. I think the better QB on the day, mistake free, wins this game, because both of these defenses have performed well. So I think it comes down to your offenses, Mahomes v. Allen, and it's just whoever goes nuclear.
I just don't trust the Chiefs' offense. Like, for me, I just think they've been mediocre all year, and I think the Bills.
Fair.
Yeah, I think the Bills' offense has more upside than the Chiefs' offense. I think Chiefs will want to run the ball. I think the Bills are going to have to be able to stop the Chiefs running, and if they can do that, I think they have a good chance of keeping Mahomes to just frustrating him, not giving him the plays.
Yeah.
And like as you said, it's a difficult game to read. I mean, it's how much you got a team going for a three-peat. You got a team that's sort of got that aura, they just don't lose.
Yeah.
You got against a team that's always plays well in playoffs, it just finds ways to lose. Like, there are so many things outside of just the game itself in this one. Like, there's so many mental aspects of it. How much weight do you put on those? Like, how much weight do you put on the fact that one team's going for a three-peat that's on like the longest playoff win streak of all time, like consecutive years? I think they're third or second all time if you don't count like consecutive years. But if you take like not missing a year in the playoffs, they are literally currently in the midst of the longest playoff win streak. Like, that's, I mean, think of how long the Super Bowl is. That's 50 plus years.
Yeah.
And we're right now talking about the team that has the record. So this is going to be a team that we'll be talking about decades from now. But how much weight do you put on that versus just what you see on the field, team v team? So, look, I think whichever side you're on this one, there's reasons for both.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone can be feeling confident. I think anyone who just says Mahomes is -1.5, I'm betting on him. Take it simple as that.
It's fair enough.
Absolutely fair enough. Anyone who wants to take Allen because you think it's his time, like me, I'm thinking it's Allen's time. He's had a great year. He's not going to win MVP, but I think he deserves, I don't like using the word deserve in sport because nothing's deserved, it's everything's earned.
Yeah.
But I just think there's something, he deserves a moment. After watching that clip of when they had 16 seconds left and the Chiefs kicked the field goal, and then he had to sit on the sidelines and watch the Chiefs march down the field and win the game without him getting to touch the ball again. Like, he definitely deserves a moment in his favor in the playoffs like this.
Yeah.
And for me, I just don't think the Chiefs have been good enough. I think they just win close games, and I think their luck ends in this one, and I think they lose a close one. Maybe by a field goal, maybe by a point or two, but I think they lose a close one.
I definitely see it going close. Like, you talk about Bills having this destiny. I mean, these Chiefs in playoffs, like the experience, like that's just... you can't write that stuff off. 3-0. He's going for 4-0 against Allen. I think Allen's just... he's playing at the wrong time right now. He's playing against Mahomes and the Chiefs, and
I'm sure people thought that though when it was Manning. Brady was 2-0, and then all of a sudden Manning gets the win again, and
Flip
they
the
win.
scripts.
Yeah, it's like, he's got the wood over him until he doesn't type
Yeah.
thing, right? All of a sudden, Allen wins this one, and yeah,
It's going to be tough to
Flicks
do it
it.
in Arrowhead.
it's going to be very tough. That's a huge advantage. The Bills have been really good at home,
Yeah.
but yeah, I said I
Chiefs
think
haven't lost at home this year, have they? I think both
Don't know.
losses were away.
they wouldn't have lost many. But
No.
look, for me, the way I see this game is whichever voice in your head, whatever that gut feeling's telling you, just bet on that side. Because I don't think either way. I don't think yes, you can get into the stats. Or this team's got the rate of run. This team can do this. You know,
Yeah.
this defensive lineman matches up with this, and this. You know, you can sort of get into the weeds. But I think there's so many more temporal things, like sort of mental aspects of this game, just not in the noughts and crosses and in the
Yeah, just the weight that comes behind it with these
Yes.
two teams when you
so
name
much.
them.
Everyone watching, it's gonna be one of the most viewed games of all time. I'd say.
Yeah.
All the pressure, all the nerves. Chiefs gone for the three-peat.
All
Allen
the
trying to finally
narratives,
win.
yeah.
Yeah, hundreds of narratives going into this. All the drama, all the implications, just the history. I said the
Yeah.
narrative history. Plus, it's just
Even the Kelsey stuff, like
Yeah.
he's so far away from Jerry Rice and all those records. Like, there's so many different narratives, as we said, that are going to play a factor in this game for sure. So
just watch and enjoy. This could be
Yeah.
an all-timer. Has the potential
As-
to go just be another chink on the resume of this
Yeah.
to have. I hope that's why I kind of hope Allen wins, because if it's 4-0, it's not really a rivalry,
yeah.
right? But it also is a rivalry because it's not been dominant, like it's been close.
Yeah.
So if,
when
it's-
you look at those games, it's
Allen has
a
played.
13
Yeah, it's not like
second-
Allen has just shit the bed and had a
Yeah.
shocking game. Like
Yeah.
Allen has played well enough to win
One
at least two of
scores.
those games. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, as you said, I feel like you just got to trust your gut really,
Yeah.
and just pick one. So
Or just don't bet and just enjoy it. But I think for me, with these games, I just throw a bet on anyways. You know, may as well. It's the end of the- There's
So,
3 games left.
yeah,
Don't
but-
put too much on though.
because I have to
Bet
pick one,
responsibly.
I'll go the Chiefs. I'll
Alright.
just go Chiefs -1.5, and I'll pair that with the Eagles.
Eagles
score.
minus. Yeah, I said game responsibly this week. It's tough
Yeah.
to win on these conference final games. So the books know what they're doing. This is the ones with the few games they
Yeah,
they know.
so I feel like I feel like I have such a good read on Eagles Commanders, and then when I was looking at Chiefs Bills, I was like, bro, I don't know. I don't know what to.
I know, knowing betting, we'll probably both be wrong about the Eagles game, and you know the one we're so sure about. We were so sure about the Lions,
Yeah.
and that's the one we got wrong. So, yeah, like we were both on the Bills, both liked the Chiefs, both liked Eagles.
Oh,
Oh, you're on the Rams, but you like the Eagles to win though, right?
Yeah, I like
But-
the Eagles
so
to
we
win.
picked 3 from 3, obviously all favorites, but
Yeah,
the Lions one that just I was on the right side of the handicap on all 3,
Yeah.
apart from the bloody.
yeah.
Those
Wild.
bloody Lions. So yeah, you just don't know. Playoffs,
Yeah.
anything can happen. Both teams are obviously good, and how much weight do you put on the narratives going into it?
It's unbelievable. It's going to be such a good weekend. I'm so keen.
Do you like that they're both on Sunday, or do you like one on each? One on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Selfishly, I'd like one on each day,
Yeah, I think I'd like one on each.
only because
I wonder why they do it on the
I
same
work
day.
on Mondays.
Yeah, I wonder why they. You'd think they'd get better viewership if you put it prime time both days.
Yeah, they're probably it's just like the 1 day extra rest or something like that. I'm guessing.
True. But yeah, I don't know. I just because like you have the divisional game, you have the 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Yeah,
And then they decide, no, we're just going to put both on Sunday. I can understand Sunday is football, right? So you just
yeah.
make Sunday the day. And I get it. I'm sure the Sunday afternoon, the Eagles game is
I mean,
going to
hey,
be...
in the regular
his
season, they're
viewership's gonna be
playing
crazy.
12 games
Yeah.
a Sunday, so
His
they're
viewership's
used
still
to
going to
it.
be wild, that
Yeah.
afternoon game
For
in
sure.
Philly. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty cold. in
Yeah,
Kansas
I
and
don't think
Philadelphia.
there's snow.
Not as bad,
Yeah.
but it's still going to be cold.
It'll still be cold. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's it, I guess, for the preview. We'll see you
it is.
next NFL talk. Will be probably fresh after that game. Hopefully it'll be an
Fresh
exciting
after.
one and we can come here and...
Have some cool things to react and talk about.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing negative. Hopefully a lot of
No drops, yeah, only
Positive.
positives. Yeah.
a lot
No
of-
late game. I hope Allen does throw like some late game intercept
Oh,
or something. That would be a
man,
killer.
like, nah, I just want someone go nuclear, and that's the reason that they won.
Allen does some crazy
Another
drive.
13 seconds.
Allen does a 30-second touchdown drive to win
Allen
the game.
10-second.
Oh, that would be excellent, wouldn't it?
just to one up it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be wild. So, nah, fingers crossed. I think we're in for 2 pretty good sets of games.
Congratulations to making it to the end of the video. If I may be so bold to ask for your like and subscription to the channel, we would very much appreciate it.
Click the link on screen to check out the full ep and other segments on the channel. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.
Namaste.